Fellow bandits, starting from January 2026, selling single cards has become a bit more challenging. Why is that? Because there is a new law active in the European Union, meaning that if you send a registered letter, then you are not allowed to ship any goods anymore. It is just even a cardboard paper, a wish card for example, or just paper documents. You are not allowed to send Pokemon cards, Magic the Gathering cards, Disney Locana cards in registered letters. Everybody was already panicking in the beginning of January. Hey, I went to the post office and they asked me, hey, Mr. X, what's inside your letter? Are you shipping any goods? And then, yeah, people are honest. Well, they are supposed to be honest. And then they say, yeah, I'm a seller on Cardmarket and I've sold some Pokemon cards and I'm shipping them off in a registered letter so that the letter can be tracked and that there is more guarantee. Oh, no, no, no. Haven't you read the latest update, my friends? Starting from January 1st, it is not allowed anymore. So, no, Reddit was going crazy. And the most exciting part was there was no news from Cardmarket. Really strange, right? Cardmarket, no news. You created a support case. Not a real decent answer. But now things have changed. I was clicking around on Cardmarket and I had seen, okay, I need to send a registered letter. It's not every day that we need to send a registered letter. I think 2, 3 a month, something like that. It's mostly untracked letters or parcels, but registered letters, not so often. So, and then now I thought, okay, I need to send a registered letter. I was like, how do we do this now? And then all of a sudden I saw a notification. Do you wonder how to send off a registered letter? Click here for more information. So I thought, that's something new from Cardmarket. Have they released some new information? And indeed, I was brought to a page where there is a bit more information. They say, okay, how do you need to ship your cards? Don't ship it in a bubble mail, because usually instead of thinking it would protect your cards, no, it makes them vulnerable. Make sure that the letter is not bigger than 1 centimeter, 10 millimeters. Okay, all those things are new already. And then we come to the juicy part, my friends. Then there is a section that Cardmarket is talking about your privacy. Now you're wondering, my privacy? Yes. Cardmarket is explaining that your mail is private, which is fair. Yeah, if you go to the post office and they ask you what is inside of it, it is a love letter. They are not allowed. You are not forced to tell them that, which is understandable. But there is also then a gray zone about telling them if there are goods inside. So plain and simple, they now tell you you have privacy. So you are not obliged to exactly tell what is inside your letter. You can practically say to them what you want. And there is one clear line as well that states, if you answer most of their questions in a correct way, then it could be that your letter will be refused. So between the lines, they are not blatantly stating this, because otherwise you could hurt Cardmarket directly. Between the lines, they are practically stating that don't say there are any goods inside of it, just lie. That's what I'm thinking. And now also I prepared Cindy, because usually Cindy goes to the post office and she brings in the letters. And I prepared her already because I knew this was going on, and I knew it at one day she would enter the post office. Hello, sir. I'm here to drop off a letter. Oh, hello, cute lady. What are you bringing in today? The shit started. And then not a few weeks ago, she said, no questions asked. I said, okay. That's good, but perhaps the day will come. And yes, indeed, the day has come, my friends. There was someone else sitting behind the desk, and that person asked, may I ask, are there any goods inside the letter? And Cindy was like, oh, Siggy warned me about this. The day has come. Shit hits the fan. Oh, I need to lie. She got all excited and she was like, ooh, I'm gonna tell a lie. And then she said, yes, it's a wish card for a friend in France. And then they said, okay, fine, because you are not allowed to send any goods anymore since January 1st. And they accepted the letter, and the letter is off. Now we enter the real gray zone, my friends. So a tracked letter, that's all nice, but there is also kind of like an insurance on top of that. And now here comes the gray zone. What happens now if the registered letter, the tracked letter, is gone? What are you now going to do? Are you going to go to the post office and say, excuse me, but my tracked letter has been on the road since already 3 weeks and I think it's lost. They will do an investigation and they will come back to you after, I don't know, 2 years or something like that, and they will say, oh yeah, your letter is gone. Yes, but what do we do now? And then you cannot say there were any goods inside, right? So what do? Imagine you shipped off a card of 50 euros. What do? Are you going to ask the post office to say, man, there was a one-piece card of 50 euros in there. Gotta get my money. It was tracked. Gonna get my money. You cannot do that. Because, plain and simple, goods are not allowed. Because if you would reply to the post employee in a decent way, you would say, there are goods inside, they would refuse your letter and they would say, you need to ship it off in a parcel. But that's more expensive. They just want to avoid that people send off goods inside a letter, it gets missed, and the insurance needs to kick in. So we are entering a real gray zone, and apparently I have the impression that Cardmarket is saying, between the lines we are saying, lie, and then furthermore, when shit happens, you're not allowed to ship any goods inside a registered letter. You should know that. And then they are going to say, seller, you need to pay them back. What? But Cardmarket, you tell me I need to follow your rules. I need to ship it off as a registered letter, and the registered letter is gone, lost, and I need to pay back because I cannot go to the post office to say the letter is gone and there were goods inside. I don't like this. I don't know, guys. There are so many sellers on Cardmarket. Probably there are a few watching here. What are you thinking? So I'm a seller. I sell a lot on Cardmarket now since we started beginning of December, and we already have more than 250 sales, and there were already a few registered letters. And now every time I will make a registered letter, I will start thinking, a card of 50 euros. I hope that shit doesn't hit the fan. I really hope so. It will be a gamble. I can also imagine for sellers that are just starting off in their adventure of Cardmarket of selling single cards. Hey, if you're starting out, congratulations. I wish you the best. It's really fun, time consuming. But they will be stuck. The advice of Cardmarket contradicts the law. But basically, I don't even know what to do myself. What are you now going to do? Are you going to cancel the order? Or are you going to say to the buyer, sorry, but I don't ship registered letters due to the law? And then they're going to say, but Cardmarket selected that for me, and if I read the rules of Cardmarket, they just tell you to lie. Why don't you just do that? It's a bad system. It's a really bad system, and this needs some attention. We were asking Cardmarket already since January for some answers. We are now almost mid-February, and the answer we get is, lie your ass off. Say, what? Is that how you do that in Germany, Cardmarket? Yeah, they are from Germany. Is that how you do that in Germany? I really would like to go to the post office in Germany and go say, this is not goods, I want to sell that off. No! 9, they are going to say. This, and then you need to imagine that there are thousands, 10,000s of sales every day on Cardmarket for everyone. How many registered letters are in there? How many people are having this issue daily? I can't fathom that Cardmarket is doing such an act. And then also, where is the open communication? They are just mentioning it on the page. When you have a registered letter, they are just putting a line on there and within a link, click here. But a decent communication to all sellers, transparently communicating, we don't get that. No, that's too much. No, real communication from Cardmarket, we don't do that. Now, one thing that I still need to investigate is we also sell on Cardtrader, which is also practically the same like Cardmarket, but they also have another system on top of that, Zero, where people globally can buy from you, and that you ship the cards to Cardtrader and they ship it to the actual buyers. Kind of like a special system, but it is interesting. I don't know how they are doing that now, but there, as a seller, my friends, you get a lot more freedom. You can define your shipping options, which you don't have on Cardmarket. Because on Cardmarket, if someone selects, I want the parcel, for me from Belgium, they say that I need to ship it with bpost. bpost is not my preferred shipping company. No, I use a shipping platform, and there I have a preference for DPD, for example. I don't like shipping with bpost. bpost is expensive. And why? Because you can track the parcels. Well, hello, 2026, DPD has an insurance of, if you ship to Belgium, 320 euros included. And if you ship to other countries in the European Union, 520 euros. Shipping automatically included. Tracking, oh man, whoo, ha, it is included. There is tracking on top of that as well. You have UPS, GLS, PostNL. You have so many companies with tracking. My God, no. But Cardmarket is still stuck in 2010, where they think, nah, you need to ship it with your local company, your local shipping company, and that is bpost in Belgium. And I think in the Netherlands it's PostNL. But you have so many options. When are sellers gonna be able to make their own decisions, which is better? A company like Cardmarket, which is basically just a money grab, they decide what we need to do. Why don't we get the experience of actually making the sales, actually making sure that the packages arrive at the customers, and aren't we responsible? So if shit hits the fan, we pay for it? But we are not allowed to decide? I don't know. Okay, for me, I've never been a fan of Cardmarket, but to be honest, for my business, it's a requirement, because if I give you the numbers of sales, yeah, I sell goods, okay? Plain and simple, yeah? It is survival, plain and simple. But the practices, how everything is done, it can be better. So please, Cardmarket, I don't know, you're not going to see this video, but please, come on, do something. Do something. You are slowly but still gonna lose your grab on the market when other players are performing better than you, are giving better service. Cardtrader, for example, really like their approach, by the way. Cardmarket feels like a money grab. But okay, to return to the registered letter, I don't know what to think about it. And canceling orders, that gives you a bad score. That's also not suitable. Who is the victim here? The seller. The seller. You got more work and you got to take the risk. And Cardmarket is saying, we know nothing. We know nothing. So let me know down in the comments how you feel about this. Am I saying something wrong? Have I misunderstood it? I doubt it, by the way. I doubt it, because I have spent a little bit of time the last weeks in following this up a bit. And I don't like the shenanigans. And I can understand that the law has changed. And I can understand that, there is a gray zone in still sending it off and lying, taking the risk. But does everybody wants to take that risk? Cardmarket needs to be a little bit more flexible with the shipping options. Have the seller make up his mind if he wants to participate in the registered letter or not. Because now this is becoming a burden on us. For real. For real. Yeah. I can understand that smaller sellers don't want to take the risk. I'm taking the risk. I say, fuck it, man. I'm just shipping it off registered letter, and Cindy's just saying it's a wish card. Fuck it. Why not? Privacy. But for the rest, I can understand that smaller sellers don't want to do that. Are you such a seller that doesn't want to do that? Are you going to do something against Cardmarket? Are you going to address them? Are you going to open a support case? It won't help, and you will receive an answer in 3 weeks, and they will just close it off. But yeah, something needs to be done. But okay, let's see. It's an interesting topic. I'm going to follow it also the next week to see will there be any change or not. And then most of the time, it is always a silent change. That is a bit sorry for the rant, but this is just important information. I'm invested in this as well, because I'm also taking the risk of shipping it off. That's then my own choice, but I feel bad for all the other sellers that are being forced into this. And it shouldn't be this way. It shouldn't be this way. If you do business, then you need to make your own decisions for your business, for how you want to do the business. Cardmarket does not need to decide how you need to do your business. If you do everything on the up and up, this is a problem. But okay, that's it, my friends. Click the like button, click the subscribe button as well, because trying to grow the channel, if you like getting useful information, what the hell? Come on, click those damn buttons. Trying to grow the channel to 1100. 1200, 1300. You get the idea, right? And for the rest, I'm out.